I think it's safe to say I have never had to prepare like I have for this album before. Before, I think I just rolled on. And this one is much more of a celebration than anything I've done before, with some room for reflection as well, which was good. Yeah, I think the preparation for it was probably finishing my showgirl tour, as in Homecoming. Because at that stage I just thought, I haven't sung in so long, I don't know how strong I'm going to be, etc, etc. But was happy to be in the studio. I started work on this album 1.5 years ago, when the album was so far in the future. Who knew when it was going to be, because no one wanted to pressure me, but I had to get back in the studio just to test myself and get some things off my chest, which I did. Then went on tour, then finished the album. And it wasn't till the end of Homecoming that I, and probably a little time after that, that I realised I have this vision of, I can't really explain. I don't quite have the right words yet to explain what it was like, but I have a vision that's me just running across the field, still going, ah, don't try to stop me, and just, that was my goal. It was something of a blessing in disguise. So yeah, to finish that was a great relief, and an inspiration that I knew that this is what I do, this is what I love doing. It has its challenges, and I'm ready for more. I started in Brighton, and I think it was London, New York, I did some there, Paris, Sweden, and that's it, back to London. I love it. I loved it. When I first heard it, it was a joy to record. I went in to re-vocal the verses to get it even lazier than I had initially delivered it. I'm often accused or told off by producers my diction. See, it's my Keira Knightley diction that came out again. Yeah, they had to work hard with me just to say, just you know, just kind of throw it away, and it worked. And we had a lot of fun doing the woos. And if you were to solo my woos, we did variations on the theme, but definitely did a lot of operatic type, you know, very like old lady singing at the church fete or something. Woo! Really over the top. That was a pretty simple process because the demo was done, and like most demos that make it to me and that we're all pretty well, like A&R and I have decided that we'll do it. It is what it is, so it's just a case of going through and repeating the parts. They came to London, which was very nice, and I think we did that in one day, and we actually knocked out another song that day as well, which didn't make the album, but yeah, it's one of those tracks where I knew it would be cut up, so the recording can seem a bit fractured or something, because I'm not singing it as you do a live vocal. So it's like, do this bit, do this bit, do this bit, and almost working backwards from how they'd affected the vocal to what it was before they'd affected it.
And talking about the vocals, those boys do like the knobs on the desk, don't they? They do like to play with the voice.
Yeah. Which I think is fine as long as you've got other songs to balance that.
Lest anybody make the mistake of wondering what the subject matter is, it's dance is the drug.
Yes.
It's that feeling you get on the floor.
Yes, exactly.
Do you still feel that?
Yeah. Been out a few times recently, which is really unusual for me. Yeah, it's like having a Doctor Who moment. Am I really here? But no, I love that feeling to be out and to be swept away by a song, and you grab your friend and you, come on, we've got to get on the dance floor. And I hadn't done that in quite a long time, so these last little jaunts into the night world have been good for me. Recording with Biff is a lot of fun, and he brings out that camp side of me. I don't think Calvin Harris quite knew what had hit him.
Sound like a single to you? It does to me.
Does to me, yeah. That's been that's one that's hung around for quite a while. We did it a long time ago, and it's funny how the songs. It's like a horse race. I've probably said this before. You've got ones that charge out of the gates, and then as the new ones come up, you think, I don't know if I'm over that one or whatever, but In My Arms is definitely run the course.
Classic line, don't let the moment slip away.
Yeah.
Anybody knows that? Do you feel you're living your life differently?
Yes, I'm trying to. In as much as will be good to myself, let's put it that way, in whichever form that is, and that's many ways. And I'm probably just getting even more nutty, more batty, having fun. Do it. I mean, just do it. That's my motto for months and months and months now. It's just been, why not? Okay. I love it. We'll see how I go when it comes to doing it live, because it's another one of these layer up and layer type songs. I'll have to figure out how to do it in concert, but I do love it. It's so catchy. And I think to have those kind of lyrics when they're good, they're really good, and I think they've done them fantastically. Like, from your head bone, temple bone, going through the bones. I mean, we've all tried it at some point, and some people get it right, and I think they do.
And that effects vocal there of play it. Can you do that for us? Play it on your speaker.
I did mine quite straight delivery. I'm not going to do it.
Comes out just absolutely. I mean, that is.
But when I'm around the house all humming it, singing it to myself, you do repeat it the way it's been affected. So it's playing on speakerphone. Guy Chambers and Kathy Dennis with, surely the starting point of the track was the Serge Gainsbourg sample from Bonnie and Clyde, which I'm so over the moon that we got permission to use.
It's lots of whooping and it's very, very happy, very jolly, but it did strike me as different from some of the other parts.
Sensitised? Yeah, definitely. It's there isn't really a sister to that track on the album. I actually saw Guy at a function just over a year ago, And he said, "Have I got a song for you?" It's like, all right, where is it? And I've still got to do a bit on it, but trust me, you're going to love it. It transpires that he's spent 4 years working on this track on the song, from having the track, and I think Kathy put one thing over it, which they then changed the whole the song over the track. Then to get permission, then to make it work for me, then I went in on 2 occasions I did it once, then went back in to do a few things differently. But I love it. It's hot.
Lovers in the backseat.
It's so sing-along. At some of my time in Ibiza, we were in the back seat and playing tracks just to get used to them in different places. So the car is one of the best places. And Heartbeat Rock came on, and it's just so, God, it makes me feel 16. Ladies in the spotlight, boys are checking their type. Yeah, it's fun.
Reminds me of Mel and Kim. Do you remember Mel and Kim?
Do I remember Mel and Kim?
80s, yeah. But, you know,
And it's one of my favourite parts on the entire album is in the second verse, after boys are checking their tight skirts out while their hips sway. There's just like a second of nothing, and that's where Calvin he's got that kind of youth and devil may care attitude that it's quite bold to put nothing, because we did have ad-libs and these kind of BV parts that went there. So when I got the produced track back and there was nothing, it was just a revelation to me. I thought it was great. It's Biff and the Freemasons, neighbours of his, and apparently they're working on a nice remix for me of The One as we speak. There's a lot of them, huh? I just worked with Biff on the track, and we were just delighted to be able to get the word Michelangelo in there. It's the little things that float our boat. And I think The One is more a traditional Kylie track.
it's a great Euro hit.
Yeah.
It reminded me, and I hope you won't be offended, of a PWL bit. And that's not, anything but a compliment,
Thank you.
because they were great records.
Oh, by the by, for my 20th anniversary with Terry, my manager, Mike Stock gave me his handwritten lyrics to Better the Devil You Know framed. I have them. Isn't that kind?
Lovely idea.
And it's got his, the kind of crayon marker that they used to use on the boards, with a couple of doodles and marked which bits I'd done and which bits to do. And I was really touched.
Have you ever thought that the sky was just endlessly dark? And then
Okay, No More Rain has a history. It's another track like Cosmic, where I had written the lyrics, and Karen, Paul, Bloodshine Avant and myself, we'd all worked on another track called Cherry Bomb, which is another famous track that didn't make the album. And we thought we'd start something entirely new from no backing track, just start. So once again the old books come out. I went, I really like Kaz, what do you think of this? And I sang her the melody I had for that. We got the song recorded. It just, I think because it came from left field for Bloodshine Avant, and their music is so production led or dependent, we ended up handballing it to Greg Kirsten, who reproduced it. And and I think he did a great job. Obviously taking cues from what we'd started in Stockholm with Bloodshy, but yeah, really had to fight to get that song on the album, and it's important to me. I was trying, because my goal throughout illness and afterwards was to get back on stage, and I guess I wrote No More Rain as almost like a mantra, something to positive thinking. And so I was trying to picture myself on stage and what it might be like to be back there. So Wave of Love coming over me is the audience, got a glitter drop fall and I'm on my knees, got Sound of You ringing in my ears, which is the noise. Sun come up on another day, got a second hand chance, gonna do it again. Got Rainbow Colours and No More Rain. So I really, it does sum up where I was and the help that I got from all kinds of people, as we spoke about before, even people I'll never meet, never know about, but I felt the goodwill. So yeah, that's No More Rain. I love this track. That was a last minute arrival, so the guys flew to London to record that with me, and I heard the demo. I thought it was a girl singing on it, but it was actually a guy, little Eddie, who was in the studio at the time. So it was really good to be with the writer and blend with his vocals, and it's unexpected for me, but I think it sits really nicely at the same time. That's another one that was written in my first or second session with Biff in Brighton. Just reminding I'm remembering some of the other tracks I did then. One called Taprobane, about the island in Sri Lanka I went to. I was coming back to London. Ruffle My Feathers, which starts off saying, how could you ruffle my feathers, and on and on and on. Which maybe I'd love to do some of those songs live one time, just especially for the fans. It's the song I recorded for my album. Didn't make it on my album, but it meant a lot to me at the time, and here it is. But Stars was, I think it's a really different track for me. We're pretty fast, Biff and I, yeah. We've worked so many years together, and he's got a wonderful studio set up where it's made so easy. His engineer is like Edward Scissorhands. I call Biff Moneypenny because he likes to type up the lyrics, and I like to point out the spelling mistakes and and when he's out of the room, fix them. So yeah, he's Moneypenny, and we might do 1 or 2 songs a day, and I think my experience with him is we crack through them, don't bore us, get to the chorus, get them out, and then see by the end of the week which ones you're liking, but don't overdo it initially. Karen Paul is a diamond, and we've now worked together for a number of years and really struck up a friendship, and she knew so much more about me, and like she could predict probably she's probably going to want to do this or this. It's nice to have a girlfriend around. I think we had trust in each other that if one of us is running late, then we're going to kind of get on the right track anyway. You know what I mean? And our registers are the same. So when I was being really, really lazy, I'd say, Kaz, can you go and do that, baby? Alright. And she'd have to adopt what was called the sumo pose, because my microphone's here and no one else is here. So instead of moving everything around, she'd be like, right, okay, go, and do a few quick passes of BVs. But Wow was recorded in Ibiza. I forgot to mention I went to Ibiza, yeah. Which took an enormous amount of organisation and employing ample amounts of feminine charm to make that happen. Because I was tired of working in dingy studios in London, and August was upon us, and I really felt like I'd started to lag with my energy and my enthusiasm for the project. And so I suggested that we all go, Karen, Greg and myself go to Ibiza, set up a studio in one of the rooms in a villa, which we did. And the day we arrived, that afternoon, we wrote Wow, because this place was wow. I think Nudity's great. The first time I heard it, it's written by Karen Poole and Bloodshy and Avat. I didn't get it. I liked it, but I just couldn't. It took me maybe 3 listens to figure it out. And once you have figured it out, it's really fun latching onto the odd beats in it.
And there's a bit of Japanese at the end when you're giggling.
Oh, if you were to compile all the giggles and noises, and they just happened to take one silly thing that I'd done, and it ended up on the record.
What is it that you say?
Dotashimashite, which means you're welcome in Japanese, and I have no recollection of how I ended up saying that. I must have been saying something else beforehand.
Wanted to write a song called Cosmic.
I think I wrote that in Melbourne towards the end of my treatment. So I was just starting to think about things like that. I didn't write anything throughout most of my treatment. And I just started making a list of things that I wanted to do. Wanted to write a song called Cosmic. Wanted to get a view of the earth. Wanted to speak without being interrupted, to say what I want to say no. Just things that have been not necessarily bothering me, but things that I needed to address.
This is stepping outside of the condition in which you were forced to be by the illness and looking down, in a sense, like an astronaut, or one of those out-of-body experiences.
Yeah, it probably felt quite floaty as well. Yeah, it's such a joy when lyrics or an idea have found their place, and what's more, people like them. I don't know how many songs I've done for this album. I have not tallied up how many there have been, but I think 40 was the figure a little while ago, and I've done a few more since then. Yeah, that's in a year and a half with a tour. Not that I wrote on tour, but yeah, that took up a few months. And as I say, I wasn't pressured. It was kind of gentle beginnings just to get me in there. Although I didn't feel that gentle when I first went back into the studio. I was like a mad woman with the kind of the fire and the anger as well, just wanting to get stuff out.